west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. It's been a good season for them so far, and they're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Takes it at the 7th. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And when you review his performance last week and the game in total, I think that he understands and his team understands they were fortunate to get out there with a victory because he was a little tentative out there and didn't throw a touchdown pass. And if I'm this defense that he's facing in this one, I'm going to bring some pressure early and see if they can get to him. Maybe he's gotten it out of his system, and now he can be a little bit looser and play more to his potential.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Tryon coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now. They'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets the start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
Flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Minshew, 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now Minshew. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Throwing again on second down. Minshew. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And that is incomplete. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. On 2nd and inches, Stafford out to his left. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. On 4th down, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 25. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Minshew's throw taken in by Evans here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Minshew with a give to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 39, Minshew to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's Minshew. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Joe Tryon able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Throwing on first down is Minshew. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Minshew going to get this complete to Fournette. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Open man has got one. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Minshew flushed out right.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
On 1st down, Stafford here. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Fournette once more on second down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Minshew throwing on third down.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At the 33-yard line. Now it's Stafford. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford
looking underneath. He's got Akers.
To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Stafford now to throw.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Williams going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
The extra point forthcoming. He's got it as the lead is now 10-6. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Back to throw.
He'll find Fournette again here.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. Here's Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
A give up the middle to Akers.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
70 yards rushing for Akers, and this is a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 45 on second down, Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the gut, Fournette.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for.
But it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
Going for it all. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Rams are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Minshew, 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete to Darden. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 39, Minshew steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Minshew. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On 4th down, Minshew. Over the middle to Evans. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Now a throw here to his running back. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Here's Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On third down, here's a run by Akers.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.